I'm a mentally stable individual. But if ever were to snap, it would be because of roommates. My roommates sucked. My first college roommate, Tyler, he spoke at most 30 words to me over a 1 year period. This is during the 2020 lockdown, and we shared a bedroom together. Not like that. So we were basically within 10 feet of each other for an entire year. And yet, he never talked to me. He wouldn't even respond to my attempts to start a conversation. He'd just grunt like some type of diseased baboon. It honestly felt like I was in a failing marriage. And it's not like I did anything to offend him. I was the perfect wife or roommate. I was the perfect roommate. I took out the trash. Okay, the trash thing is all I did, but still, that's something. Now it's possible. It is possible that the reason he didn't like me was because of my tendency to sleepwalk. But in my defense, maybe I wouldn't have sleptwalked so much if he hadn't kept the lights on until 2 a.m. every night, Tyler. But to address the elephant in the room, yes, I did sleepwalk, and yes, I did occasionally, very rarely, I would wake up outside and have to bang on our bedroom window for Tyler to let me back in. So the year after that, I upgraded having my own bedroom in an apartment with 3 other dudes. I genuinely don't remember any of these people's names. They really weren't important. I hated them. They were trash. They were garbage. But I just called them, harmonica guy, you got pie guy, and then there's the other guy. Harmonica guy, as you might be able to guess, he played the harmonica at 3 a.m. at full volume. He was part of some Asian church group that would hold their worship services in Pacific time. So harmonica guy would join the service over Zoom in the middle of the night, then blast his harmonica into the microphone. I shared a very, very thin wall with this guy. It drove me crazy. I was trying to sleep, and I was just constantly hear him going like, boo! It got old. And then harmonica guy, he also hated to wash his hands. I never saw him do it, not even once. After he used the bathroom, he'd always head to the sink, and you would think maybe he's gonna go there to wash his hands. Nope. Instead of turning on the water, he would just rub his dirty hands on my hand towel. I had to buy myself a second hand towel to avoid catching pink eye. Speaking of pink eye, this video is sponsored by no one. Who do you think is going to sponsor me? I have 0 subscribers. Unless? One of my other roommates was Pie Guy, who had the worst sleep schedule I've ever seen. He was completely 100% nocturnal. Pie Guy would wake up at 5 in the evening and go to sleep at 7 in the morning. That means that even on nights where harmonica guy wasn't, playing his little harmonica, Pie Guy would be making tons of noise the entire night. Pie Guy loved to cook, and he would always be banging pots and pans around at 4 a.m. I hated Pie Guy, even more than I hated harmonica guy, and I really hated harmonica guy. Pie Guy would leave dirty dishes for weeks. He would leave rotting food everywhere. Oh, and on one particularly memorable occasion, Pie Guy dumped urine in my laundry. Trust me, you don't even want to know the backstory behind that one. Now, of course, I'm not the sort of person to take that kind of injury lying down. So, I got my revenge the only way I know how, by washing my raw, chicken-covered cutting boards all over his dirty dishes in the hopes that he would contract salmonella. My lawyers advised me to make the following statement. I did not actually poison my roommate with salmonella, though if I did, he totally had it coming. Oh, and also I stole his nonstick pan. You wanna know how Pie Guy got his name? So the first week after he moved in, the building staff left candy and a note with a joke on it on every apartment's door. However, Pie Guy, for reasons that I really can't even begin to fathom, he decided that it wasn't the building staff who left the candy, it must have been this apartment of girls across the hall. And even though there was, candy on literally every apartment's door, Pie Guy decided that the girls actually meant for the candy to be a gift to our apartment in particular, because, they just had this massive crush on us. His evidence for this bold, delusional assertion, he claimed that the joke on our note was funnier than the jokes on the other notes, which, no, it wasn't. So clearly, Pie Guy, he's a delusional loser. And he gets it in his silly little head that these girls want him bad, and he needs to reciprocate. So Pie Guy, he decides to what did he do? He bakes a pie. But he can't bake a pie just for the girls. That would be too obvious. No, he has to bake separate pies for all 4 apartments in our hall. Now, Pie Guy, he's not the best baker. It takes him, I'm not joking, 8 hours to cook those 4 pies. And I'm talking 8 hours of him actively cooking and doing things in the kitchen, loud things, banging. It was annoying, 8 hours. When he finally finishes, he delivers, 3 of the pies to the 3 male apartments in our hall. And then he has 1 pie left to give to the girls that he's, deluded himself into thinking that they have a crush on him. They don't. They do not have a crush on him. But before he delivers this pie, he is so nervous that he actually meditates in our living room for 20 minutes. Just sitting there, eyes closed, meditating how he's going to give this pie to them. Finally, after he fully mentally prepares himself, he picks up the last pie and he walks to the girl's door. Now, you better believe that this entire time I'm watching this whole thing play out through our door's people. I'm not going to miss this. So one of the girls opens the door, she takes the pie from him, and then she immediately closes the door. No conversation, not even a thank you. She couldn't care less. And none of these girls ever talked to him again. What a loser. He wasted 8 hours just to get totally ignored. It was hilarious. Couldn't have happened to a more deserving loser. And the best punchline, a few months later, he finally gets a girlfriend, and he starts to bring her over to the apartment. and she's hideous. She's so ugly. It's the funniest thing. She didn't even have like a good personality. What a loser. He he learned his lesson, you know? We also had another roommate in the apartment, but he never left his room. Like literally never, not even once. I only caught a glimpse of him one time the entire year. He was like Bigfoot. Best roommate ever. No notes. He's my favorite.